Hey beautiful lady, Tara here. Today I want to talk to you and share with you all about your root chakra and how and why it being open is great for your fertility. Now, this video may not be for everyone. This video may not be for you. And if that's the case, that's absolutely okay. I recognize that I'm talking about things that can appear or feel a little bit more far out than some of the things perhaps you're more familiar with hearing, and that's okay. And if this isn't for you, then with absolute love in my heart, that's absolutely okay. However, if this is for you and you're getting curious as to how this can support your fertility, then keep watching. So, your chakras, what are they? Quite simply, your chakras are the energetic, spiritual representation of your hormonal system. So we each have 7 main chakras. We have lots more, but we have 7 main chakras, and these are our root, which can be found at the base of the spine around our pelvic floor area. We have our sacral chakra, which is around our womb space area. We have our solar plexus chakra, which is just sort of between the navel and the breastbone, around sort of the top of our abdomen. We have our heart chakra, which is, you guess it, around the heart area. You have our throat chakra, which is around our throat area. There's the brow chakra, which is between the 2 brows on your head. And then you have the crown chakra, which is at the top of your head. And these 7 energy centers are, when they're working wonderfully, their energy flows so freely between them all. And these also feed another energy system in our body, which is the meridians. And the meridians, a bit like we have veins that carry blood around our body, meridians carry the energy around our body. And often people are very aware of hearing about meridians due to acupuncture. An acupuncturist will be using all the meridian lines when they put in the needles to help free up that energy so that it can move around the body in the way how is most harmonious to our body so that it can work in its best possible way. However, like most things, energy never stops, but it can be contained, it can be blocked, and it can be stifled or be changed direction completely. And so our chakras are no different. There are things that can happen that start to influence how the energy flows within those particular areas. So today we're going to be focusing on your root chakra, which is the one based in the spine around your it's gone from my memory again. Sort of all around your vaginal area, really, all around your pelvic floor muscles, all of that sort of area is all around where this root energy is. And this is the chakra that is concerned with our survival. And it's also, when it's in flow, it helps us feel grounded. Now, I'm sure that you are aware of the times when you're feeling really grounded, which means that usually you feel very centered. There's a free-flowing energy, but you feel very, how would I describe grounded to me? I feel really connected. I feel really, I get a bit more sense of security, I guess, and certainty that starts to come in. I feel like I can think that bit clearer. I'm less kind of getting blown around by other people's ideas or inspiration. I just have that calm, centeredness, groundedness. And this chakra is what helps with that. Now, where it's responsible for our survival, that's sort of the key word with this chakra, there are things that layer into our survival. And that's really this foundation around feeling safe and secure. When our base chakra and our root chakra is working well and is open, actually we've got this great feeling of feeling safe and secure. However, the things that can start to close it down are when we get triggered and don't feel so safe and secure, when we perceive that our survival is being threatened. So this goes back to like a human design that came with us when we were first made, in terms of something, when we perceive that there's a threat to our survival, we have a very, very well adapted system in our body that starts setting up a way for us to be able to survive that particular threat. So back in the day, it would have been a saber-toothed tiger, for example, coming at us. We'd clock it with our eyes or one of our senses, and it would send messages to our brain, quick, there's a saber-toothed tiger after me. That would then start to alert the brain to send out all these different chemicals. This well-oiled machine send out all these different chemicals to get us in the best place to elicit this stress response, which is the fight or flight. This thing, this saber-toothed tiger, I need to have all my wits about me and have all my energy ready to fight this thing or to run away from it as best as possible. And to do this, it starts to trigger from the brain and the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, signals down to your adrenals, to your adrenal glands to release loads of adrenaline to get your heart beating really, really fast. And so it's pumping blood out. All your senses start to go into hyperdrive, so your eyes get really big. Your hearing becomes absolutely so sharp. All your senses become heightened. And you've got your heart going so that you've got lots of oxygen being pumped around your body to go to your muscles so that you're ready to either fight that thing or run away. Now, it's a wonderful, wonderful system. To be in that place, it means that all your energy needs to come away from your digestive system and gets taken away from your reproductive system, because those things aren't going to save your life. Your body is so clever, and it puts all the energy into the things that are going to be able to save your life. Now, in the olden days, what would happen is that the saber-toothed tiger would either fought it or would have run away. So we need to be in this heightened state for, relatively speaking, a short period of time. And then what happens is that we perceive the threat has gone, and something else starts to then come in that starts to change how our body works. And all this heightened state that we had, suddenly then new hormones, new chemicals are released. And what they start to do is calm the body down and return the energy back out of all the heart beating faster. You start to feel calm again, and it starts to go back into your digestive system and starts to go back into your reproductive system. So it's a brilliantly bit of kit. We're engineered amazingly. However, we don't have many saber-toothed tigers in our lives. However, we do have a lot of stressful scenarios and situations, many of which come through a fertility journey. Now, they can come not just in the sense of this very definitive threat to our survival, but they can also come when we start to have any form of our safety and security feeling threatened. So let's just think about this for a moment. When all your friends are falling pregnant and are going off together because they've got the shared time in their life that's happening, they're becoming mums, they get one another because they've got that experience together of the bundle of joy. However, you're not there. Every time you see the pregnancy or hear the pregnancy announcements, every time you see the baby bumps or the conversations that actually you just can't be part of because you don't have a baby, that can trigger all sorts of feelings of feeling left out, not sure where your place is anymore, who you are, what you are to your friends. That can be really stressful and can still trigger the same responses biologically in the body as what you perceive as the saber-toothed tiger. Our body doesn't differentiate between threat levels. The response is still the same. Likewise, if you've had a traumatic event going through IVF, I know I did, and the thought then of going back into IVF to go and face that particular scenario again can very much keep that level of stress going in the body, and that again isn't particularly helpful. We want your energy to be fully flowing towards your reproductive organs so that your eggs are the best quality, your womb's in the best possible, most plumpest place to be able to receive your baby, your embryo. And yet these wounds are very, very real. And what happens is that whenever we have this threat to our safety and our security, our root chakras can start to close off. And instead of these feelings of trust, safety, belonging, feeling resourcefulness, knowing our place in our tribe, feeling a sense of tribe, this primal energy, and really having a strong sense of safety and trust in the universe. Instead of being there, that suddenly becomes threatened. And what can happen is once it's threatened is that you stop feeling grounded, and actually you can start to feel all of these other things, such as ungrounded, feeling unsafe, feeling like you don't belong, feeling distrustful, feeling unmotivated, aggressive, depleted, weak or frail, desperately lonely. You know, we're not talking about just a little bit, but actually that bone aching, yearning, loneliness, feeling alone that can come in, feeling compromised, disorganised, massive feelings of anxiety, even panic, depression, that scarcity mindset, feeling that lack of, and that total sense of lack of abundance. These are all signs that your root chakra, instead of being open and flowing, has actually closed down. And so, like I've explained, that's not particularly helpful when you're on a journey to try and become a mum, and we really need your reproductive area working well. So not only are those sensations and those feelings horrible, you know, they're so uncomfortable to be with, they're actually taking huge amounts of energy from you and can be very counterintuitive to great fertility energy. So with this in mind, what can you do about it? So if you're experiencing any of those things that I spoke about, now would be a really good time for you to start getting connected to your root chakra and really starting to look at opening her up and getting that energy flowing. So the first thing that I would say and suggest that you do is this is now time for you to acknowledge that you have needs and for you to accept that you have needs. So every one of us is different. Every one of us, you, me, we'll all have different needs. We'll all have different things that we need to be okay, to feel safe and secure. So for example, I might say that I need to have rest to feel safe and secure. But my idea of rest might be very different to what your idea of rest is. So my idea of rest might be, actually, I need to just shut the world out and curl up on the sofa with a good book and my blanket. Because I'm quite an introvert, that's what I need at times, is to really have some alone time. For you, you might not need to spend so much time alone. In fact, it may be counterintuitive for you. Your rest may come from having a good time with your friends and going out for a long walk with 6 of your closest girlfriends, or going away and going swimming in the sea, for example. That might be your idea of rest. But what's really important is that you acknowledge what your needs are and accept them, and then go to look at meeting those needs. So if you're not entirely sure what your needs are, here's some good questions to get your juices flowing. Take this into when you next journal and see what starts to come up. So, what do you need to feel supported? What do you need to feel connected? What do you need to feel understood? What do you need to be nourished? There's some really powerful questions to spend some time with and start to have and explore into what some of your needs and answers may be for those, and then look to go and meet them. It's really important at this point that I explain about being an independent woman. I see this all the time. I know that this is something that I had to go on a big journey with, understanding what an independent woman truly is. I had, and I wonder if this is familiar to you, understood an independent woman meaning that I have to always be the one to meet my own needs. I can't ask for help because I'll be seen as weak, or other people will judge me, And actually, to show my independence, I'm the one who has to do everything myself. No. An independent woman is someone who, or a truly independent woman, is someone who is able to go and meet her needs. And part of that is that you may need to, go and ask for somebody else's help and assistance to meet your needs. And that is okay. That still is you being an incredibly independent woman. But it doesn't mean that you have to do everything yourself. There is a reason why we have hands, we have ears, we have mouths. It's because actually we're meant to be communicating with one another, and we belong as part of communities. And this is really important. You don't have the answers and the energy for everything, or even the awareness or the skills. You have your own wonderful, beautiful, unique skills and abilities, and other people have theirs too. And sometimes you will need, for your needs to get met, something that somebody else has. So ask. That's what being a truly empowered, independent woman is. Wonderful. 2, become an expert on what relationships feel safe and secure to you. So what do I mean with this? Find the relationships that are compatible for you and feel right for you. So this can be with friends, this can be with your partner, family. You're in a very vulnerable place right now on a fertility journey. And the people that you open up to and you choose to let in are ones that really need to understand actually what a gift it is. If you're going to open up to them and tell somebody about having had a miscarriage, for example, then you want that person to be listening and honouring and respecting what it is that's gone on for you. If they appear insensitive, if they appear to be not listening to what's going on for you, or actually you just don't feel safe and secure in terms of opening up, then I would urge that they're not the right companions for you to share with. However, if you have those people, or if you don't, go and find some of those people, and it may only be one person, and that's absolutely okay, that you can talk and share and express what's going on for you and have that well received. It will be one of the most beautiful things that you can gift yourself during the challenge of your journey. 3, don't try and get rid of fear. I see this all the time, where I just need to think really positively and I will overcome it all. It's simply not true. You can't fake positivity, and you can't pretend that fear doesn't exist. I've already said this is fear is concerned with survival. It will override everything, every single system in your body. So this is about learning to work with fear. And the first thing is understanding your fears, your worries, your concerns, your angst are just as valid as your joy and your happiness. So this is what's known as the full human experience, the full human spectrum of experience. Let yourself feel them all. And as my absolute girl crush mentor, Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Love, Pray, she shared at a workshop that I went to last year that fear is going to come with you on your destination. Pretend that you're in a car and you're on your path on your destination to wherever it is that you're trying to go to. Let's say for you, this is on your journey to becoming a mum. And you are in the car. Fear is going to come on that journey with you, whether you like it or not. It is coming, because fear is intrinsically part of you and you cannot separate yourself from fear. Just like creativity and all of those other wonderful things. However, you are in the driving seat of that vehicle. Fear is not. Fear can come, but fear does not get in the driving seat. Fear does not take hold of the steering wheel. Fear certainly does not have hold of the gas, the accelerator pedal or the brake pedal. And neither does it get to play with the radio, the stereo, or the temperature gauge. That is not fear's role in this. It can be a passenger, it can be in the back seat. Or if it's going to really misbehave, it can get in the boot. But so long as you know it's coming with you, it just doesn't have control of the vehicle you're in. I feel like that's one of the best analogies for anything I've heard to do with fear. 4, your root chakra, getting the energy flowing in the root chakra, as I've already said, it's a very red energy. However, the colours black, brown and grey also support this particular energy centre. So one of the things that I advise for many of my clients is to wear these colours, because they'll really help you with your grounding, and they'll really help set the vibrational tone for this particular area. Our chakras love colours, and really that can help to resonate with them. So one of the things that I find really helpful is that even if you don't want to wear the blacks, the browns and the greys, and perhaps you'd like to wear more reds, red nail varnish, I mean I've got white on today, but red nail varnish is a great subtle thing to wear where you can see it every day. Red knickers, if you don't like wearing red clothes. Red knickers, again, they'll be around the area that you want to be supercharging, but you know, this is for your pleasure, your knowing. Nobody else needs to know that you've got red knickers, unless you want to tell them. Sounds, number 5, sounds for your root chakra. The energy centres are really responsive. If they're very responsive to sights of colours, they're also incredibly responsive to sounds. And on YouTube, I love YouTube, is a wonderful resource. It's totally free, and you can just type in guided meditations for your root chakra, and there'll be hundreds of thousands of them that come up, and they're all different lengths. Some will have music, some will be guided meditations. Binaural beats can be great to really stimulate this particular chakra. So have a look, have a play around, see what starts to come up for you. 6, get into your body and get moving. This chakra responds well like any of them, they're energy centers. So stopping from sitting still, which can be very stagnant, getting out and about, getting moving, getting into your body through exercise, getting breathing, you know, that vigorous exercise that has you really opening up your lungs will be amazing for this chakra. That belly, that deep, deep breathing. Likewise, doing something like HIIT for that real vigorous exercise, but also things like yoga, because yoga really helps to open up your body, stretch it out, get it moving, but also really connects you in with your breath. These are all great things for your root chakra and getting it open and getting that energy flowing. 7, learn how to give and receive. And that's very much in line with abundance. This chakra shuts down with a lack of and a scarcity mindset. And also a closed chakra, root chakra, will trigger sensations, feelings, thoughts of scarcity and lack of. And let's be honest, on a fertility journey where you've got no baby coming, that can start to trigger lack of feelings, not feeling good enough. All you see is what you don't have, as in the baby you don't have, the friendships you don't have, the life experiences you don't have. So this then starts to really close off the centre, and money and financial abundance is very closely linked in with the root chakra and our ability to be able to give and receive. So this might seem a bit odd to start rediverting your energy and attention away from babies, but more into practices that help open up abundance. But I promise you, the more you can be doing to get the energy giving open to giving and receiving, it really, really does support the giving and receiving of your fertile energy, being able to give and receive your partner, but also give and receive financial abundance. And in today's society, making a baby can be costly, especially if there's going to be clinics involved and treatment involved. So again, this is a great centre to really get the energy working in. So invest your time and energy in abundance mindset practices. And then finally, number 9, ground yourself. One of the best ways to ground yourself is to get outside, get your feet there, and to be walking around, ideally on grass or anything that's more natural rather than concrete, more soil based, so that you can be starting to connect in with the earth's energies, which again might sound a little bit far out, but what I will say this is that Mother Nature has been doing the reproducing thing for way longer than us, and she has an abundance of energy that she is more than ready to share. So by connecting with her barefoot, you're going into all of her wisdom and all of her powerful energies. The other thing that's incredibly great for grounding isn't just walking barefooted outside, but it's also doing things like taking Epsom salt baths. The magnesium that's in those is great for helping to centre and calm your body, which is again really supportive of that grounding energy. And one more. Finally, number 10, sorry. Using herbs and oils for grounding. These are really powerful essential oils. Again, we're working with another one of the senses here. You can use cedar, sandalwood, vetiver, lavender. These are all oils that are great for helping you to ground and to really help support that opening up of your root chakra. And then finally, and I promise you this is finally, is also eat red foods. Again, our body really responds, our energy centers really respond to colours. So by eating the red food, that's going to really help support the opening of this particular chakra. So things like beets, rhubarb, tomato, root veg, because they're grounded, they're grown in the ground. Cinnamon, pomegranate, these are all amazing fruits and vegetables for you to be promoting that great energy in your root chakra. So that is your root chakra and things that you can be doing to help support your energy to be free flowing and easily abundant, so that your safety and security center within your body is actually feeling very strong, robust, so that you can develop that sense of trust and that sense of groundedness as you go forward in your fertility journey, for all the reasons that we've spoken about during this video. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. How did this video resonate with you? Was there anything that's really particularly stood out for you, and you've either tried and you found it very successful, or something that actually you've gone, I'm going to try that after this? Please do write your feedback in the comments below, your thoughts, your feelings, because it helps me to understand how these videos resonate for you and what's going on for you, your side of the video. I look forward to speaking with you real soon, and by all means, also any questions, please pop them in the comments below. So much love for you, and I'll speak real soon. Take care. Bye.